Hello everybody and welcome back into the channel. Happy Monday, my friends. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. I want to wish you a wonderful week, and I hope it's a good one for you. My friends, happy day 4. Happy day 4 of Beadmas. And what I have in store today, as you can tell from the thumbnail, are some of my absolute favorite things in beadmas, which are snowflake ornaments. Yay, snowflake ornaments for day 4. So fun. Anybody can do these, any skill level. It does not require anything with your skills. It's just grab the frames and the beads and we just feed them on. But if you're new to making some snowflake ornaments, I will show you just exactly how to finish your loops off on your ornament. So don't you worry. Guys, I'm so happy to be doing this series. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I am having the time of my life. I have so many fun things still in store throughout the 12 days here. And if nothing else, friends, what I'm hoping is to inspire you. I am really hoping to inspire each and every one of you, give you guys some wonderful, inexpensive, fun ideas of ways to use what you have, use your stash beads, or pick up some kits, either way, and give. Because that's really what the season is about. It's really about the season. For me, it's about love and giving. So I hope you guys are enjoying what's going on here for 12 days. So in our 12 days of Beadmas, day 4, as I said, we have snowflakes to make. Let me bring a few out. And kit alert, yay! I have some beautiful snowflake ornaments, my friends, in a kit form in my store. I will link them in the video. Let me push you guys in because you got to get a close-up of these beauties. Oh my word. Guys, I'm going to pull in a couple here. Oh my goodness. Guys, how can we go wrong? Look at how beautiful these are. Are these just stunning? Okay, here's 3. So this here, my friends, is called Frosty Snowflake. And all of my snowflake ornament kits in the store have 2 frames and 2 sets of beads. So every kit has enough to make 2 snowflakes, okay? This one has a beautiful snowflake cupric zirconia charm on it. Just stunning. Just love this. So this is our Frosty Snowflake ornament kit. This one here is Tinsel Magic. Just a really classic green and clear, beautiful mix of rondelles and then those diagonal, beautiful cuboid crystals. They have a hint of that green AB on them. Look at the sparkle. So beautiful. So this one is Tinsel Magic. And then, my friends, we have absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I love this because sometimes I do a white tree. Sometimes I also do silver and gold, just depends. But this is Winter Whisper. It's got these beautiful pearl acrylics and gorgeous clear and white crystals. Just beautiful. So that is Winter Whisper. And then, my friends, the last 2 that I have that are in a kit form are these 2 beauties, Scarlet Snowflake. That's our Scarlet Snowflake. So beautiful. Beautiful snowflake glass crystals on there. They just twirl around. So darling. And then, last but not least, my friends, is Christmas Spirit. So this is the Christmas Spirit. This one, as you can see, has 3 darling charms dangling right on the bottom. And that is our Christmas Spirit Snowflake ornament kit. So, my friends, I'm going to pull over some of the makings of my little beady goodness and make a snowflake ornament with you today. I'll keep one. Let's keep Christmas. Let's keep the Christmas classic. Let's keep this one in frame, shall we? So you guys can kind of just, I don't know, it's just too pretty to not look at, right? Oh my goodness. So again, friends, all of, while I get my beads in, all of my snowflake ornament kits are a set of 2. So you get 2 frames, and then you'll get all the beads to fill up 2 frames, and in this case, charms. And my friends, you will get a gift bag. So, and I do want to mention that many of you have already been popping into the store, and some of these are starting to sell out pretty fast. So if you love these, get into my store and get them while you can, because they are starting to sell out. So here's what I have, just a selection of beautiful crystals, right? And I've got some snowflakes here. And guys, there's just almost no rules. So listen, for your bead stash, you could use, friends, any beads. Like, they don't just have to be crystals, right? You could use wood beads, okay? You could use any acrylics, any material. Oops. And per usual, pause. Things are flinging because, that's what I do. I've got these too. Oh my God, I cannot even with these. I love these. These are some beryl crystals. I love these. Okay, so you can use any beads, guys. It doesn't have to be crystals, and just make them your own. And then for your finishing, friends, you can use a ribbon. Like, I have a little piece of fun silver ribbon here. You can use those good old faithfuls, right? Your Christmas hooks that we all have 10,000 of. I also have these. I use these a lot for different houseware stuff, like chandelier lamps. I also sometimes use these with my sun catchers, and they're just a standard hook. These are really, really durable. I've got them in silver and gold. They have a really, really durable loop on here, and they are tarnish resistant. So you could use a hook like this. You could also make your own hook. Really, you can hang these beauties up any way you want with decorative ribbon. It just, there are no rules, friends, no rules. I've got this charm, but I'm also, friends, gonna bring out some of, I think, look, here's like my little whatnots of charms. Like, I just have little charms I've been collecting for the last couple years that I haven't used up yet. So I'm gonna pull a couple out here that, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this one. Oh, I didn't even know I had that. That is so pretty. The snow drift on the bells. Oh my goodness. And also, friends, some of you that purchased Sleigh Ride, my my November sparkle bag, will have some of these charms. Here's a great way to use up some of these charms. Put them on your fun ornaments. So there's a little selection of some of my charms. We'll see what I use, but we can just do about anything. You can also do like some wire wrap loops or some simple loops with craft wire, friends, and dangle them as well, right? There's just almost no rules. I just want to give you a bunch of ideas, get creative, and get fun with it. So I have a frame here now. You can trim your frames. Here's a larger frame. Here is a smaller frame. Okay, so your snowflake ornament frames, okay, there's a couple things I just want to mention, give you guys some ideas. So you can trim them before or after, right? You put your beads on, right? And make these any size you want. So if you start out with a large frame and you want to make a smaller snowflake, then just, beat up, however much, and then, trim to just enough to turn in a simple loop. Now, another interesting fun thing that I did this actually last year, hold on, let me grab it. I forgot to grab it, is really thin, like 24 or 26, 28 gauge wire. Here's some in purple. Okay, here's another fun thing that you can do, my friends. You can make a little spiral, or like even like it would be like kind of like a spider web look almost in the center here. Therefore, wrapping the wire around, I'll show you to do that really quick. And then therefore you would use less beads. And another quick note, friends, if you're new to making snowflake ornaments, is I always start with a little tiny 3 or a 4 millimeter. If you don't have that in a crystal, you can use a seed bead, a Toho, Mayuki, whatever the case. So if you wanted to start out, let me show you guys and zoom you in here. What I'm talking about, if you want to start your snowflakes out with some craft wire, really fun idea. Just leave, a smidge of a tail kind of up and out of the way here, okay? We don't need to worry about too much here, okay? And all we're gonna do, guys, is literally just push it down into the center of your frame, like that, okay? And let me get it down in there. And then I'm gonna go to the next one, and I'm gonna go over and wrap, okay? And I'm gonna come up and over and wrap the next spoke. And every time I do that, I'm just gonna push this wire down into place here. And then I will wrap it again, and then come down to the next spoke, go up and around, and kind of push it down, Same thing, I'm just twisting as I go and twisting my wire, like, you know, just wrapping it on the spoke and turning my snowflake as I go. And what will end up happening, you'll see here, is, let me get that one pushed down, is what will happen is that you can end up covering the center with a pop of color or just silver and gold or whatever you want. And then what you can do is just start to kind of wrap it around the center like this, right? And go like this, just wrap it around a couple of times and then kind of flip it this way and then wrap it around a couple times, right? And this is a really, really sloppy job, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. You can make it really clean and nice. So now, essentially, let me get that pushed all in. Did you see there? So essentially now what you have is a nice wrap in the center of your snowflake so you can use less beads, and also it's just pretty and decorative, right? So that's kind of a fun idea. I did do these last year, and again, they were some of my most popular. I made many for myself. I also made quite a few friends and gifted them. These just make a fantastic gift. What a beautiful sentiment. You can tie these on somebody's present. You can just put them in a gift bag and gift them to somebody special in your life. You know, friends, things like this, like so many people, I know it's not just me, right? So many people love a handmade gift, and think about it, right? When they're using it or grabbing for that item, or if it's a holiday ornament, like every time that, you know, they'll put their decor up, they'll think of you, you know, and I love that. Trying to get this untwisted here. So, you know, friends, this just, again, is another really great little crafty idea. They're not expensive. Everybody will enjoy them. And they're so simple, just no real skill level required here, right? And we just have fun with our beads. You can use up what's in your stash. It's just a fun, okay, I got it. A fun idea. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is let's get started. I can literally do any pattern I want. So let's say I'm gonna start with my greens. Maybe we'll start with the grain. So we'll start with the grain, okay? And I'll let that go down. And I just do one spoke at a time. And then I can just put on really any pattern that I want. So maybe I'll do a red, and let's see, maybe then a clear. And then maybe we'll do like one of the snowflakes, maybe? Maybe we'll do a snowflake. And then maybe another red. What did I put on that side? I put a clear. So maybe we'll do another clear. And then maybe one of these barrel crystals. Oh my word, look at that. Oh, maybe those will go on the outside. So beautiful. And then maybe the large red. Ooh, I'm not mad at that. And then maybe another green. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about. So like if I wanted to stop right there, I could, right? And then I would cut, say maybe about a 1/4 inch, and then we'll just roll in a loop. Or you can beat it, you know, all the way up depending upon the size frame, you know, that you have. So let's just say we want to go with another clear, and then let's do that beautiful barrel crystal I have. Oh, I can't. Ooh, look at the gold on there. That is so pretty. And then maybe we want to end it with a clear. So then what I would do, if I'm done. I'm happy with this. This is a little too much wire for me though, right? So all I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to grab some flush cutters, and I'm going to cut about where there's just about a 1/4 inch of my wire here, okay? And then we'll grab our round nose. or our bail making. Either one. Either your bail making or your round nose pliers will work. And I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Round nose or bail making, and your chain nose on standby if you need them, and of course some flush cutters. And then what I do is I like to turn the loop back. So just go to the edge of the wire, and we'll just turn back a loop. And now, guys, here's the fun thing. When you're turning back your loop, notice, I'm going to pull up, let me pull up one of mine here. Notice on some of mine, the loop is, let me find one, where the loop, well, not on that one, but I know I have several that, like, for example, here, where my loops are on my bead, they're not quite on top as a finished loop. It does not have to be, okay? Because once you turn in that loop and it is in, whether it's above the crystal or kind of just on the crystal, it's not going to come apart. You should be fine. But if you want, you know, to be really particular, you can come in here with your chain nose and, you know, make sure that looks perfect, okay? But I don't care for them to be perfect because you can't really tell. You can never tell. And now here's the fun thing too, guys, is you can do any pattern you want on all of your spokes, right? Or you can do the same, you know, pattern symmetrically throughout, like I've done on most of the kits that I have. It's really just so much fun with your creativityness, my friends. You cannot go wrong. Now, do be mindful of one other thing. So if you have like a 4mm like I do right here, the next time I start out the spoke right next to it, they're all gonna land a little bit different, right? If they're about a 4mm like this one is, and that's okay too. You know, that's okay too. And you can actually do that wire wrapping I was just showing you after, you know, you've beaded them up too. You could do that too. There's just, it's an ornament, guys. It's an ornament, it's a craft. There's just no rules. So I'm just gonna actually stick with the same little pattern that I did on the first one, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the entire frame, so all 6 of my spokes, and bead it up and then turn in my simple loops, and maybe we'll add some little charms, and let's see what we can come up with here. So I am moving right along here, friends, just having too much fun. So this is what I have, and I'm on my last spoke now of this. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So pretty. Play it a little bit. And so, yeah, guys, I hope that you guys are inspired to make some snowflake ornaments for either your own decor or to give to somebody else, right? These are so easy, my friends, and they don't take much time, and they're not expensive either. They're really not a very inexpensive, beautiful holiday decor. Because you can also, guys, by the way, you can also use these for decor, right? So if you wanted, again, guys, you know, you can put little hooks, hang them along your mantle or on even like your evergreen, like your, that you hang outside around your door. You could also put these like a sun catcher in your window, around your garden. I mean, honestly, guys, these do not just have to go on your tree. I hope I just give you guys a few ideas here. They don't have to just go on your tree. Although we call them a snowflake ornament, they're really a snowflake decor. So I am on my last bead there, guys, and that's what I have. And now I want you to notice my center, right? So they're not going to all lay exactly the same directly next to each other. Now we can, you know, wiggle the spokes around a little bit here, but it's okay. Nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. Nobody notices. And so that's what I have. So that's a little bit too much, you know, for me in terms of the end of my wire. And so I'm just going to fix that by trimming, just trimming a little bit. And so what I've been doing the whole time, friends, is just going like using my finger kind of as a guide of my width, and about, you know, about a quarter or so of an inch, and then just trim. Okay, these are just aluminum, so they're really easy. Grab your round nose pliers and go right to the end of your wire, and we'll just turn a loop in. And it does not matter the size of your loop, if they're perfect or not. There we go. That's what the back of my loop looks like. You know, if I want to pull it in a little bit, make it smaller, I can do that so it perfectly touches the top of the bead. They don't all have to, like I said though. See all my loops? All my loops are imperfectly perfect. So that is what mine looks like. And so now I can do lots of different things. Like I was saying, you know, I can put a hook on this, and for these, they're so durable, it'd be easier for me to just open up that loop that I made on the frame here and then close the loop back up. Now, obviously this is a gold, but it doesn't matter, right? It's going wherever it goes. So you can have just like a hook like that on there. You could also tie a little piece of ribbon, which I think I'm going to do. And I think I am going to put some charms on this one because why not? Why not? Let's put some charms on, friends. Okay, so that's fine. And I'll put some ribbon. Let me grab my ribbon here. And let's get the ribbon fed on there. I mean, we've all got ribbon, right? So let's see. Let's get that in there. And, you know, just tie a little knot. Could make this as long as we want or short as we want. That was probably about 2 inches or so. And then I can just grab a pair of scissors and I'll cut it on an angle. And I can just, you know, tie regular overhand knot. You can also just grab a dab of glue if you want to. Friends, put a dab of glue there if you want. Do whatever you want to do. I love these so much. I really, guys, oh my gosh. Oh, it's so nice out, guys. The weather has turned here. I am so happy this week. It was so freezing last week, and now we're going to get some 60s and 70s, so looking forward to that. So that's all that is, just a simple little tie on a ribbon. And now it's ready to hang. And I can pick, oh, I love this. This charm is, I should really do this on like a necklace. This is a beautiful charm. I like that. I think that's what's going to happen there. So that's pretty too. Just, it's so pretty. It doesn't matter even the color of my charms, if they're silver or gold, it does not matter. This actually, how pretty is that? And you know what, you could do them like charms, guys. You could do them on every single one. Why can't we? We can do whatever we want to do. Look how pretty that would be. Wouldn't that be pretty with a charm on every single one? Oh my word. That's really super, super pretty. So let me open these loops and we'll just twist these little charms on. And we just want to make sure we're putting them on to where they're going to face the front. Snowflake Ornaments, friends, so simple. Any skill level can do it. And any design, right? There's no right or wrong way. Any beads, guys, any single beads will work. Wood, acrylic, like I said. If you want to use glass beads, crystals, it does not matter, because these little aluminum frames will just about fit through any bead. Check glass will probably fit on these. I'll just bet. Probably pearls will as well, because they're really thin little spokes. They're not thick. They are. So. Yay! Yay! Day 4 Snowflake Ornaments. Did I put them on right? I did. I did. They are all facing the correct direction. Snowflake ornaments for day 4, my friends. I hope you guys are inspired to make some snowflake ornaments. And again, if you are interested in the kits, as I will link them in the video as mentioned, and you see any that you like that I pulled out at the beginning, do pop over to my store and pick a couple up, or whatever your favorites are. They are starting to sell out. So I will see you for day 5. I wish you guys an awesome rest of your day. We will see